Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again for the very first time to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host Anjo here with another one-off video for you Armored Core enthusiasts out there. And this is me being a little bit late to the party, but I recently discovered there are much better ways to enjoy classic Armored Core without having to learn the original control scheme for the games. As a point of context, the original Armored Core came out in 1997. Shortly, it was one of the earliest FromSoft games, period, which they did start their development process on the PlayStation 1 with the original Kingsfield, which did not get released internationally. And personally, I had, thankfully, one of the PlayStation Underground demo discs that came with our PS1, and one of the demos on there was for Armored Core. It honestly blew me away, because before that I had never played a FromSoft game, and I loved mecha, and I was just enamored with it, and it was such a feature-rich demo comparatively to a lot of the other demos on there. And yeah, I played that thing so many times, but the thing that always bothered me was the control scheme, because I'm pretty sure we got the DualShock version of the PS1 that shipped with, I think, just the one DualShock controller. But the original PlayStation controller did not have analog sticks. And the Armored Core control scheme, which they used up until Silent Line, so for the original trilogy on the PS1 and the first 4 games on the PS2, they had the same control scheme that did not use the analog sticks. On the PS2 games, they started to use the stick clicks, but you couldn't actually use the analog sticks as directional input to control your pilot your AC. It wasn't until Armored Core Nexus came out that they reworked the engine and made the Type A control scheme that became way more accessible and an early blueprint for essentially Demon Souls and Dark Souls kind of general controls, and that would eventually become adopted and so familiar in tons of games that they would influence. So I am not the biggest fan of the original Armored Core trilogy anymore, generally because I played a lot of those games as they released throughout the 90s and 2000s, and they just kept getting better. You could tell FromSoft was really just kind of leaning into their style and refining it, and each game was such a huge experiment and iteration upon what worked, and trying out things that maybe wouldn't work. So I have a huge soft spot for the PS2 games, because one, they were so much more complex, and two, they hold up a lot better than the PS1 games, in my book. But yeah, for these 4 games, Armored Core 2, Armored Core 2 Another Age, Armored Core 3, and Silent Line, like, I have completed on this channel, like, Armored Core 3 and Silent Line a number of times on original hardware. Because fixing up my PS2 was one of my priorities, like, years ago. And I was like, well, I want to be able to record footage off of this thing for the channel. And nowadays, PS2 emulation has come so far. And lately, I've been very impressed with the LR PS2 core for RetroArch, which we'll be getting into that here in a minute. And especially running on the Vulkan backend. But yeah, thanks to Van Laser, and this is the link to the GitHub for these patches and such, you can now play these games with, as they call it, true analog support. It's, in a word, fucking amazing. And there are a number of ways to set this up. The page has some instructions for, like, PCSX2, but they also have this note in the README. It says, to modify a game ISO directly, use the .ppf files instead. The .ppf files can patch the right ISO using ppf-o-matic version 3.0. And this is fantastic news, especially for you purists out there, because this essentially means as long as you have a PS2 that's, like, somewhat modded, like soft modded even, with, like, FreeMcBoot or something like that, you could run these patched versions with true analog control on original hardware if you want. Also, the other method relies on the cheats functionality of PCSX2 or RetroArch, and I didn't want to have to mess with that. I just want to have the games patched in this way, because there's no conceivable reason I would go back, because I could never recommend these games to people that were new to the series because of the control scheme and because of how dated they are. Like, Armored Core 2 is a launch title for the PS2 for North America, and it came out in 2000. It's 25 years old. For some people, that's just too retro, and they're like, nah, I don't want to go back to that era of early 3D. It was, like, understandably pretty rough. But, and yeah, and here's the link as well for ppf-o-matic in case you don't have it. It's a very useful tool. You can also use it to patch PSP games. So, like, it's what I initially had to grab to try out some of the Final Fantasy Tactics mods, for example. And I'm pretty sure it's the same program for PS1 games as well. I haven't really got into modding PS1 games yet, but can confirm it works for PlayStation Portable and PS2. So, and yeah, I think that's basically it. So it's it's a game changer. Like, it's so good. So I got Armored Core 2. This is the patched version running, and it also has a couple different composers on Armored Core 2, including Saito, who composed music for Armored Core 3 and Elden Ring, and I forget his name specifically, but the lead composer for Armored Core 6 also composed some stuff for this game. And I am yet again using my GameSir T3 Lite for this, and as I mentioned earlier, this is the Vulkan backend, and everything so far has just been like perfect. It's been running at 60 FPS in internal resolution, upscaling to I think 1440p roughly. And as far as the control scheme goes, like, the game is not modified to immediately recognize the Type A control scheme, but most of the Armored Core games do have key assignments. So this is the classic DualShock 2, and as you can see, it still has a lot of the traditional, like, go forward, turn on the D-pad. But then here, this is how to make it like Type A from Armored Core Nexus or Armored Core Last Raven or Ninebreaker. Essentially, you put Event or Blade, the left-handed weapon, on L1, Fire Weapon, which is the selected weapon, at R1, Boost to L2, and Change Weapon to R2. And then you just move, essentially, the shoulder button inputs for moving and looking to the face buttons, because you're not going to be using them. And like I said before, they were starting to use L3 and R3, so for extension and overboost, still have those. On the T3 Lite, I have the stick clicks mapped to the back buttons, so essentially all you need are the 4 shoulder buttons, your 2 analog sticks, start and select, and your back buttons. So you really never even have to use the face buttons or the D-pad. So your thumbs are on the analog sticks essentially at all times, which is fan-freaking-tastic. So, like all those memes about, like, the Armored Core, like, grip, kind of, and they show the controller, like, upside down and backwards, and the guy, like, doing, like, 1,000 button presses per second or whatever. No, it's... Honestly, if you're familiar with, like, the Soulsborne games or Armored Core 6, especially, or Elden Ring or whatever, it's not going to feel that different. So I'll just, like... Oh, before we get into a mission here, right? So I did... Yeah, once you have it patched, you can just, like, rename the ISO if you want to. So I just named it Armored Core 2 True Analog, and that's pretty much it. So, and this, I believe, is the latest version of LRPS2 as of, like, I did check for updates a while ago. I didn't check today, but essentially as of end of November 2025. So, and also if you're using a controller that has or supports a 1000 hertz polling rate, I think I mentioned this before on the stick tips episode for this controller. It does work very well with early polling behavior. And let's see, where are core options? There we go. So, and yeah, if it's the USA version, you need, the USA BIOS and blah, blah, blah. Fast boot, fast CD DVD access, shared memory cards, and you don't even, enable cheats is off. If you're using the other method that's not the PPF method, you do need to have this set to on and configure it accordingly. Again, on the page, they kind of go over the process. There are step-by-step, there's a step-by-step guide on there. But yeah, it is running Vulkan it's 4 times internal resolution, so roughly 1440. I was correct on that. And force texture LOD 0, which I recommend on. It's usually better. Yeah, it usually looks better. Deinterlacing automatic is fine. I can't remember which one I was using for Last Raven. I believe I was using adaptive TFF, I think. I don't remember. But yeah, that's a very solid recommendation. Select use automatic if unsure what to pick. No interlacing hint. Yes, I would recommend this as well. If enabled, we'll look in the internal database, see if a patch is available for the game to turn the image into either non-interlaced, full frame, or progressive scan, and a combination of all of the above. Image will be more stable and deinterlacing can be turned off. So I'm actually gonna try and see if that's okay. And texture filtering, trilinear filtering, I would just have these both set to this. I'm not saying these options are necessarily optimized, and it depends on your hardware, but for now, I wanted, like, I didn't want to go too overboard with the settings because I did want to see if it could, target pretty much a locked 60 FPS. Dithering, almost always, I recommend using scaled. Blending accuracy, I would set to medium. You can go, like, really set that up, but widescreen hint, the game doesn't support widescreen. Some PS2 games do. This one does not. Pretty positive. PCRTC anti-blur, typically yes on. And typically you won't need these. Emulation, I usually do a little bit of an overclock, and EE cycle skipping, a little bit of an just the mild underclock. Essentially, that is the emotion engine, so the SoC for the PS2, and game enhancements. Skip FMVs. I don't think there are. But yes, uncapped frame rate hint, restart. Uncaps the frame rate if patched. The game can be found in the internal database. Can turn a 30 FPS game into 60, locked, or stabilize the frame rate. You may have to increase EE cycle rate in combination for this for a stable locked frame rate. It's part of the reason this is at 130. 60 FPS PAL to NTSC does what it says if it can find a patch. Otherwise, we'll just try to use the default uncapped frame rate patch. 50 FPS for PAL, 60 FPS for NTSC. Right. And then these, typically, typically you won't need them. And depending on the controller you're using, you might want to mess with these. Typically, analog dead zone is set to 15%. I would set it to 0, because on a software level, pretty much all the Armored Core games have an inner dead zone anyway, so you can just set that to 0. And sensitivity, I would start at 100 if it doesn't feel sensitive enough. Sometimes I crank this up to 130. It depends on a couple of different things, but I kind of got used to how it feels on 100. So yeah, just typically 100. And if the mapping or anything isn't correct, you probably want to go in here and port 1 controls and then actually adjust some of these. Usually, if it's a controller you've used before on RetroArch, it should auto configure correctly, depending on your settings. But and I think, yeah, I already did some arena fights. And I grabbed a machine gun. I think it's the same as before with increased ammo. Okay, yeah. So that should be fine. I haven't... Is that actually, like, worse? Video, okay. Can be turned off. I'm just going to set this back to automatic. Yeah, that does look clearer. Okay, so maybe the no deinterlacing thing actually is not doing anything.
Prototype MTs are malfunctioning and running loose in the Bundle MT factory. The cause of this may be the electromagnetic field surrounding a meteor that fell nearby. As the malfunctioning MTs are only prototypes, they are weakly armed. No major damage is expected, but we cannot let them run amok. Your mission assignment is the destruction of all malfunctioning MTs. Good luck.
It's kind of funny, it looks like it says, get mountains. Is this just a hallways kind of thing? That was kind of... Wow, that was fast.
The gates between blocks have been closed to prevent the damage from spreading.
But yeah, it looks and
Destroy all
plays
MTs in each of the blocks. Doing so,
so
will
well.
open the gates one by one.
Oh, it doesn't do the green lock thing? Alright, fine. Why are you guys just like firing at nothing? Uh-oh.
To Block B has been released.
Oh, they're labeled. Wait, that's where I came from. Oh, the analog thing doesn't work on the map. Oh, that's disappointing. That says B, though. Yeah, literally the only thing I've upgraded is the machine gun for the rifle. And unfortunately, there is no separate, like, sound effects controls. Oh wait, now? Oh, that's weird. Okay, so the map thing, it does work on up and down on the analogs, but not left and right. Oh wait, yeah, it does. Left and right on the right stick. That's weird. Or you can just do it on the D-pad. That is easier. Also, the distance in this game is, like, kinda nuts. Like, that's only 130 away. Like, that's 250. I can lock on from that distance with a machine gun. And this is, like, before the fucking machine guns had magazines.
The gate lock to Block C has been released. Cannot unlock gate. Cannot unlock gate.
I were a hidden part. And like, it has been a very, very long time since I've played these, so like, I don't remember these missions at all. And this is like... Okay, so I'm guessing I don't have auto map right now. But like... I love Armored Core, and like... I was willing to go back to 3 and Silent Line, play them on original hardware and stuff, because like... those games are amazing. But like, this one and Another Age, like... I just remember them being so rough. Like, I did not want to play them in the original, like, control scheme. You know? It was... And, like, to be fair, like, 3 was kind of meant to be a reboot for the series. So, like, I was always happy going through the 3rd generation of Armored Core, just like 3 and Silent Line and Nexus and Last Raven, and that was kind of like my jam, you know? Like, I didn't really care about the other ones, or, you know, doing like Formula Front or Ninebreaker or 2 or Another Age. Like, I had my favorites, and I was like happy to go through those, and I felt like, and I've replayed those ones so many times. Like, I felt like, well, if I can help with like some insight on any of these games, I would like to. But like, for 2 and Another Age, I don't know where anything is. Like, I don't know any of the strats. Like, may as well be a noob, honestly. But it feels amazing, because like, I don't remember any of this. I do remember machine guns and chain guns being broken as like super broken. Like, the FCS stuff was greatly improved in Armored Core 3 as far as like actual aiming and realism goes and stuff like that, and then kind of even better with Nexus. So because of those refinements, I guess I didn't like going back to the previous ones. Although recently I did go back and play the entirety of the first game, and even though I don't think it has aged very well, it was interesting in a historical context, you know, of like, this is how it all started, you know? So yeah, I don't know if there are hidden parts on that mission. Oh my goodness, dude. The income and expense report. Wow. 6,300 for ammo. Freaking dude. That is pricey. And the mail thing, like getting the story like through logs in the mail and stuff like that. I kind of missed that. Like they kind of didn't do that as much in like Nexus or Last Raven, but this was like largely how you got the story in the original games, and like it was still present in Armored Core 3, which again, like as a reboot, they tried to incorporate all of the key Armored Core stuff in Armored Core 3, which I think they did a great job. Like 3 is amazing, like absolutely goated game, and like it was one of those games I loved playing because like on my original PS2 I replayed 3 probably more than any of them. Well, 3 and Silent Line. Like Silent Line is a direct sequel to 3, so yeah, back then when I was like waiting to get Nexus, I would, even after Nexus, like there was something about 3 and Silent Line that I loved so much. And yeah, it had that old school jank of like the control scheme without the analog sticks, but it was like thankfully with these mods, like new players won't have to do that. And that's the other thing, it's not just a remapping. Like they talk about this on the readme on the page. It actually has like proper analog like sensitivity and stuff, because I guess it's the actual like I'm just going off of memory here, so like I'm not explaining this correctly, but like it functions in the same way that it did in Ninebreaker. So, which I guess is like slightly improved from like Last Raven, but the actual like sensitivity on the analog, it feels like there's definitely like ramp up time, but it like, so you can't really get that like slow pan very much, but like it feels really good. Like it feels very similar to Last Raven, but like a tiny bit more refined. And of course, like my boosters, and like this is the default AC just with the machine gun. Like it sucks. Actually, I wonder if those audio options are even... Oh, can you still pull up... Oh, you can't do the explanation? Like select or The fuck was that? Oh, I think I actually just took a screenshot. Whoops. Okay, so you can't bring up the explanation stuff. Okay, I think they added that in 3. Where it'll like explain the specs and stuff. Parameters. Okay, so it'll kinda... So there is a database, sorta. Okay. But it's like completely separate. You can't like pull up the stuff like in the garage. And of course, like, this is another thing that's like so much better in Last Raven, is like all the garage stuff is in one place. Like the tuning, the buying, the selling, the assembly. It was not that way for a very, very long time, and like Nexus was a step in the right direction as far as that goes, but like this is how it used to be. Like your garage and shop were completely separate, and it was not... Things did not flow very smoothly, really, at all. And then of course you can ask to be graded if you want, and it's like, yeah, below average. It's garbage. What are you doing? But yeah, pay no attention to that garbage. Just learn the parameters, learn the stats, and how they actually affect the game. That's pretty much it. Also, the numbers are not always 100% indicative of how the thing will actually control. So, yeah. Don't worry about it. Test it first, and then decide if you want to stick with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I did mention recently when I completed Last Raven, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break from Armored Core, and that is true. But I am going to get these other games patched, so I can run through them in the future. And, because so far, like, even just doing the testing for this video, it's been a joy. Like, it's exceeded my expectations. Like, for real. It's been so good. Defend bridge. Wait, this is gonna be an outside thing?
Head to the old bridge in the Tread Special Environment Zone. The bridge is a remnant left over from the first terraforming. It's now occupied by Zeo Matrix.
Dude, the voice acting is so funny. Head to the old bridge.
We have no idea why. Eliminate all core. This area is very high in temperature.
That is all. Get the fuck out there. Do my bidding. I'm definitely not evil. Please tell me this is outside and not a bunch of hallways. I want to see the outside shit.
It's a Raven. All units' mission priority has changed. Attack.
The Raven. Take him out.
System engaged.
I mean, this is kind of still like a
Bridge
cave.
is old and decayed. Watch your step.
You're old and decayed. Nell. Also, I'm pretty sure that's Sheila's voice actor. Damn, the stagger is so bad. Do you have a shield? Are you shielding? Dude, they're like flanking me. No problem. I can't even fucking move, dude. I'm like straight up getting wrecked over here. Alright, we good? Can I please stop overheating? Whew. Okay, we're fine. Maybe? Yeah, we're fine. Why is that not success? Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? Alright. Well. Halting combat and returning to base. Oh, they say. Okay. I'm used to, you know, defensive damage, halting combat. And you still have to pay. Like, that's the fucked up thing. Like, save scumming is absolutely encouraged in Armored Core. And, like, all saving is manual anyway. So, like, you can. Oh, you can easily just go to data load. Okay. Hell yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Is it defensive stability? Like, some of the games don't let you do that. You have to, like, quit to the title screen and then load your data manually. It's annoying. Like, it's probably in the legs. Do we have stability for the heads? System recovery, that's probably important. It's probably legs. Defensive stability. Yeah, that's probably it. Oh. Essentially your poise, right? Parameters. Legs. Lightning stability. Defensive stability. Stability when hit by an enemy attack. That's exactly what it is. You know. And yeah, this game, from what I remember, has like some serious balance issues. So there are definitely, let's see, defensive stability 1400, that's pretty high. 2500, 2900. Oh, that's a classic design. I remember those guys. And these are like from the first Armored Core. Like the bubble legs. Defensive stability of 3799? Holy shit. Oh dude, these guys. I used to love these things. That's even 19, almost 2000. Oh dude, that's sick. It's like the orcs too. 3000 stability? It's only 41 grand? How much was it? Other, yeah, bipedal heavies can suck it. Quads. Oh, that's the... Yeah, that's like the lizard right there. 37, 42, 84. Yeah, they're... Yeah, that's like the Armored Core 1 heavies. Energy drain is still like 3000. That's pretty fucking 4000. Oh, it's like those tank legs in Armored Core 6. Holy shit. Wing speed is 300. Are these actually tanks? $285. Oh, hey, there's that one. It's from like some of the original Armored Core like concept art. These are hovers. The wheelchair legs. Wow. Also in Armored Core 6. Defensive stability is garbage for all of the hover legs, I guess. 5,000. If you want poise like a motherfucker. So the only quads with less than 3,000 energy drain are these guys. Defensive stability is only 1,700. That's fine, I guess. 300 defense is like 2,000. That's really not bad for like speed, stability, like for 30,000, like so 2,300 for these guys. Energy drain is like stupid low. Speed is 322. Oh, these are lighter, like literally lighter, more mobility because you have less energy drain and less weight. Okay, I see. That's like way better cooling though. Wow. Wow. Okay. So defensive stability on bipeds just sucks unless you want to go with the heavy ones. In general, but you don't need... These are only 36,000. Like, and then you don't... Like, they're tank legs, right? Like, you don't need boosters? Hold on, I wanna find out if this is like, because even if it's default equipment, like you can sell default equipment in this game. So like, I was gonna keep this to be a shorter video, but it's okay. We can go a few more minutes because I actually am gonna be putting this game down for quite a long time. So I'm selling the machine gun, I'm selling the legs, I'm selling the booster, and I think that's it. So let's see what kind of budget we got for some kind of like energy weapon for the back. Because I'm pretty sure that tradition is here as well. So back unit right. Oh, it doesn't cycle from the top? That sucks. Alright, so we could just get the most broken weapon in the game, the chain gun. But you still have to spend, you know, you still have to spend 55 credits per shot. So like times that by 300, that's kind of expensive. The laser cannon, the grenade launcher, the plasma cannon, the pulse cannon, so like the Lamia. 1,044 shots, that sounds about right. Energy drain is only 600. That's not bad. Range is 600. Slug gun. Plasma cannon is 114,000. This one's 82,000. What the fuck? 78. Oh, it's so close. 955 weight, 400 energy drain, 25. Yeah, this is the Garyon. Essentially. A little bit different, but essentially the Garyon. Which, like, upfront cost is like way cheaper on the chain gun. I'm just gonna try the chain gun real quick to see and make sure this actually works the way that I think it does. So that should be tank parts. But we could probably sell the radar. They sell the... Okay, so it does say that equip impossible on the booster, so we don't need one. Okay, so I did sell the defaults. What you call it? The
Test mode engaged.
Yep, that's the classic chain gun, alright. Oh, dude. The freaking accuracy is nuts. It's so freaking accurate, and it just doesn't use a magazine. Yeah, shit's broken. So essentially, I would have to sell. But thankfully in the arena, you don't have to pay for ammo or repairs or anything, so you could just use the chain gun for as long as it works. Oh, so I could even buy the pulse cannon. Which, this would be reload time of 60. Oh, there's a recoil stat on energy weapons as well? This would be 26 and 1,000. Okay. Now my generator kind of sucks. So like, not enough? We're cutting it that close? Oh geez. 5,700 output, really? I mean, I have to be able to afford a better generator if I sell mine, right? 30k? I mean, right? Seven? Oh, calorific value is still a thing, okay. 24, 38, 57 maximum charge. Okay, so the cap is higher. I want a better output though, so like 23,000 on this guy for 65? That's so much better. And it's only 23,000. It's only 3,000 credits more. Necessary parts, right? We have 5,500. Ugh. It's actually still cutting it close a little bit too much. So we are almost at the limit, which is not good. Energy drain is 350 on this head, 1,000 on this core, 881. 3,000 on these fucking legs? Really? How much are these worth? 36,000, okay. Are there tank legs that are like way better for energy drain? Or, I mean, even these quad legs are less than 3,000. And like, would be affordable. But like, these guys are less than 1,000 on energy drain and super fucking cheap. And actually, those are the only ones. Inexpensive. Yeah, also low energy, low energy drain. So like, yeah, sell them shits. I mean, they're probably gonna be way fucking slower, so like, but if I go with quads, I think I also need boosters, so it's kind of the rub, you know? Actually, a lot of weapon arms are available right from the get-go. Kinda surprising. Oh, so they actually don't tell you if they're better or worse. They just tell you if it's less or more. So it's showing a red arrow on energy drain because it's less, but less is better for energy drain. So like, that's apparently something they didn't have incorporated yet. Because you might immediately see the arrow and be like, oh, blue. Blue means good, right? No. It just means the number is larger. Like... Wow. Okay, so apparently the head being that much energy drain is like, ooh, 74,000. Okay, so energy drain lower would be like these guys, but that's 36,000. That's not worth it. So we're kind of stuck with what we have right now, which is fine. I kind of don't give a shit. So plus I should be able to try the pulse thing. Yeah, because energy is now at about half. And I need to end this video, so...
Test mode engaged.
That is a tiny lock. Okay, 2 shots. That's cool. And this isn't all that slow. This is like pretty slow. That is such a strange sound effect too. Wow. This is terrible for targeting. Can we boosty boys? Yeah, we can. Like, this is a lot better for specifically, you know, this particular thing that I'm trying to do. And how did I even hit the other guy? Motherfucker. Son of a bitch. This is so fucking hard to hit him with the targeting. Alright, he's gone. Alright. I mean, the other guy kind of hit him before he started taking off, so that helped. Yeah, it's probably the FCS as well. Just like, I'm sure this FCS is not up to the task. And I think weapons also have lock type, right? In this, or it doesn't tell you. Yeah, it does. Narrow and deep. Okay. And the range is 750, so like you can, it is like the Garyon. You can snipe with it. If we sell the FCS and then buy a narrow and deep type, standard. Is there even a narrow and deep type that's available that we can buy that's not stupid expensive? There's wide and shallow, length wide, narrow and deep. The only one is 97 grand. So that's a no. Pulse cannon is what type? Plasma is narrow and deep. Pulse cannon is also narrow and deep. So yeah, good luck using it effectively if you don't have a narrow and deep FCS. Love that. Back unit. Buy. I'm just gonna see like how bad the lock window is. Also for the chain gun, weapon lock is special. Very nice. The slug gun apparently also has a special, okay. So the pulse, which is narrow and deep. And I guess we need an FCS, so... Can't afford that, they just keep getting more expensive, okay. I mean, wide and shallow is not that it's like not that shallow. Like what if we do that? It's also very weird on the home menu, like you have it's left and right to cycle through the different things. That's not terrible. Like that is not that's manageable. Yeah. Like, and as we saw in that other mission, like this thing has a maximum range of 600, but like the FCS has a sight range of 287. Like 287 is pretty far away in this game. Like that is really not bad. Like I could probably stomp whoever in the arena with that. It's a really cool emblem, by the way. Let's just do Battle Dome real quick. Like, essentially it's outpacing the enemy. Which, like... He's, you know, he's tanking, but like... He can't hit me hard enough. You know? Granted, this is the first, like, couple of people in the arena, but, like... Shit, I ran out. But you get the point. Like, I wasted a lot of shots. And again, why even do it this way when you can, when you don't have to pay for ammo? So, like, you could just, like, sell that and then buy a chain gun. I mean, hell, you could buy 2 chain guns. Just in case... you know, you run out. Which you're probably not going to. And the energy drain is only 11. And granted, it's like, they're kind of heavy, but I'm using tank legs and bringing nothing else. Oops. No, that's my AC. And yeah, and Murakumo. That's like a Armored Core 1 reference as well. I guess I'll just show like one of these other... Honestly, this is a cool stage. I've seen it though. Like, Tal base. That might be cool. Like, nighttime kind of thing. The caves is just... boring, like it's any other cave. Oh, this looks good. It's kind of cool. Where the hell is this douche? There he is. And that's like a pretty decent sight lock. And there's like a little bit of texture warping going on the ground, but like, it's fine. Oh, he has an energy shield. That's what he's doing. Like, he's blocking some... He's actually blocking a good amount of damage. Joke's on him, I brought 2 chain guns. Which honestly is kind of cheap. And it automatically plays replays in the arena. I'm not a big fan, to be real. Because like I'm always gonna skip it pretty much every time. I was kind of hoping to see the damage potential like without the shield. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, I tried that. And we'll show this stage as well, because this one's kind of cool. And like most of the buildings are destructible. You do start like back to back essentially, which is kind of shitty, but this guy trying to fucking blade me. Like, dude, you're gonna have to do better than that. Are you not looking at the damage numbers? Where the fuck is he? There he is. Actually, maybe he'll be fine. Yeah, why was that not connecting? There we go. Whatever. But yeah. Usually I would be dead meat in any other situation. And like, could definitely go ham. Can you still switch? Oh, you can. Okay, cool. Yeah, he was definitely doing the blade thing. And connecting. On a lot of those, actually. But yeah, he's taking so much damage. I don't know why he's trying to blade the fucking wall like that, but alright. Oh, that's cool. That overboost looks pathetic. Alright, I'll just escape. I don't know why it wasn't going through. Like, the building was already destroyed. Like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and I don't remember if this game lets you go through the entire arena immediately, but... Oh, Sanic? Chili dogs. Alright, cool. But yeah, it's honestly such a huge game changer. Like, the dual analog setup, it's amazing. Like, it's abso-fucking-lutely amazing. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, just, yeah, incredible. Anyway, this turned out to be a much longer video than I intended, but I also kind of want to be fairly thorough on this, because, like, I love Armored Core. It's one of the most important, if not the most important IP to me. So, and now I can wholeheartedly recommend these 4 games. Just with a little asterisk. I'd be like, yeah, I would patch the games first, you know? And do have a modded PS2. I haven't had the chance to burn DVD of any of these modded ones yet, and like obviously to play backup DVDs, like, you know, it does have to be a modded PS2, but the fact that it could run potentially on original hardware, like that's pretty cool. But you know, why would you want to? Because playing it with the upscaling and like your choice of controller basically, and all the options that are possible on, you know, emulation, it's a very enticing prospect for sure. I'm just curious if you know, if it even would. I'm pretty sure it will run on like original hardware, like almost positive. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Of course, before we get going, it is time for the outro yet again. Special thanks, updates, all that jazz, and we do have some updates for you guys, but special thank you going out to the amazing people who helped make it possible, the current Farts and Crap Show members, which at the time of recording is Novalis Triconis, Aaron Schick, and 97 Johnny Boy. Thank you all so very much for choosing to support the show a bit more directly via channel membership. It vastly helps out. Very much appreciate it, and it is very much optional, so you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits, check out that join button down below. If you know what I'm talking about, there's no join button for you. That can happen for various reasons, but there's also a link in the description that talks about becoming a channel member that will do the same thing. And yeah, membership tiers start at $3 a month. That's roughly 10 cents a day. Gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote on the series that get made here on this channel via the Members' Choice polls. It's a thing we do once a month for a full week over on the membership tab, and that is how all of the series get decided. So, if you guys want to get in on that, we did just wrap one up for November 2025. That was the last week of the month, as it has been for the majority of 2025, and we will have one coming up for December as well. The next series is basically picked out for everything right now. So the one for December is likely also going to be towards the end of the month, but if you are a new channel member, like, you can still vote on the previous Members' Choice polls that you may have missed over on the membership tab, and that input is considered for future polls. So even if you're just a member for 1 month, you could vote on like all of them if you want. There's like more than 40 over there now. And yeah, you'll still be influencing the content that gets made here for quite some time, because all that retroactive input is considered for future polls. Oh, and the other announcement thing, Mega Man 7 will be starting very soon. I just have this video and one more Stick Tips video that needs to come out before then, because they're kind of time sensitive with how all the other schedule stuff is happening. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be starting tomorrow, and that will be an ad-free series, and also a fairly short retro classic series, I think. From what I remember, it's a pretty short game. But yeah, also been looking into that, and kind of the best ways to do that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's gonna be great, personally. And I love Mega Man. It's one of my favorite IPs. It's just been abandoned for so long, as it was kind of in the same boat as Armored Core. And then Armored Core 6 happened, and I was like, well, sorry Mega Man, I don't know if Capcom is going to bring you back, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is all an approximation of future announcements from the past. So if you want all the announcements as they happen and the bell doesn't work for you, I got you, the bell does not work for me. There are, however, 4 other ways you can stay up to date. We have the post tab here on the channel, the Farts and Crap Show Twitter, the Bluesky, and the Discord. I always post on all four whenever there's an announcement, so regardless of which one of those works for you, you can stay up to date. And links for those are down in the description, also on the channel banner. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. So thank you all once again for being here, guys. Till next time, take care, and I hope you have yourself a glorious day.